How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Before I Forget. This is my video channel, inspired by my Instagram channel, 1985 Road Dog. Also inspired by my book, which is now available on Amazon and some more platforms coming soon. The book is called Tales from the Gutter and Other Rock and Roll Shenanigans. In that book, I discuss my life in music, first as a fan and then as somebody that worked in the business. All these platforms are linked in my book, this video channel on YouTube, and my Instagram channel, 1985 Road Dog. I have a new Instagram also that is based around the book. The Instagram is called Tales from the Gutter. Not everything in my book is related to rock and metal and glam bands. There's other things in the book, and that Instagram, the new one, Tales from the Gutter, will reflect the other topics touched on in the book. Today, I really don't know what I'm going to talk about, but probably LA Guns, some LA Guns stories. I have different pieces and fragments of things that I think about, I remember. It's not really any one huge story. It's just a lot of little stuff. I was unpacking some old stuff recently into a new space, and I found my gold albums from LA Guns. I got a gold album for the first album, and I got a gold album for Cocked and Loaded. When you do gold albums, the band members submit a list to the management office, and then, you compile a list of who is deserving of a gold album because they're expensive to make, and the band has to pay for them. So, everyone gives in their list. My name was on Mick's list. I think, of course, Kelly too, but Mick submitted my name on his list for a gold album. And he spelled my last name wrong. He added an extra letter in there. Instead of one N, is two N's. So my gold albums are to me, and my last name is spelled wrong. To this day, if Mick sends me a Christmas card or whatever, to this day, he spells my name wrong. So there you go. But I've got those gold albums. Mine is actually a gold record, a gold cassette, and a gold CD, because that was one of the rare moments when all three formats were still in production. Now, if you get a gold album, I don't even know if they give them out anymore, but it used to just be, it was just a gold CD in the CD days. You just get like a little plaque with a gold CD. It was kind of like cheesy, really. It wasn't really a gold album. In the old days, you got a gold album, a record album. And then they started adding in the cassette to it. So you got a gold album and cassette. And then when CDs, is gold album, gold cassette, gold CD. So mine has all three, which is, you didn't see that a lot because shortly after that, vinyl went away, and then it was just cassettes and CDs, and then cassettes went away, and then it was just CDs. So the old school gold albums, amazing looking. So I have those. So the other thing I was thinking about was I found this old leather jacket. Now, the original manager of LA Guns, Alan Jones, had some really cool rock and roll clothing stores in Hollywood on Melrose. Let It Rock. He had a couple of really cool shoe stores, and he sold all the cool British gear because he was British. He had the connection over there. So I've gotten a lot of stuff at that store over the years. But anyway, Kelly Nichols had this jacket, and I've seen, this is a very kind of like, there was a period where like this jacket was hot and out there. It's a leather bomber jacket, and on the back, it's got like a skull with like an aviator cap and goggles. And it said the something on the bottom, right? It looked like kind of like a biker jacket, but not. And it was a very cool jacket. I've seen pictures of Keith Richards wearing this jacket on stage. I've seen a picture of Axl Rose wearing this jacket. Kelly Nichols had this jacket, right? So it's like biker colors. It says the, and then the bottom, I can't remember what it said because he had to rip it off. Some bikers cornered him one night somewhere in Hollywood and made him take the letters off, take the jacket off, or take the letters off the jacket. They gave him a hard time about it because true bikers, Hell's Angels and all those kind of guys, you can't be wearing colors. So they took this to be colors when it was not. It was a British fashion rock and roll jacket. Anyway, they made him rip the bottom off. I don't know. He would be able to tell you the full story, whether maybe he negotiated with them, like instead of ripping it all off or throwing the jacket away, maybe he said, I'll just take these letters off or whatever. So he took the letters off the bottom, right? And then he ended up giving me that jacket. So I found that jacket recently in a box, but it's been in a box so long, it's like in bad shape. But that jacket, if I find a picture of this jacket or somebody wearing that jacket, I'll try to post it on my Instagram. And then the other thing we were thinking about was clothing on the road. How I always overpacked, and I had too much stuff, too many jackets, too many pairs of jeans, whatever. But by the end of being on the road for 9-10 months, all that stuff disappeared. Like, where did it go? People stole stuff. People took stuff. Jackets would just disappear. A T-shirt would disappear. There were people in and out of the bus, fans. I started out with good amount of clothes and jackets, and I was prepared, man, for any weather and any situation. All that stuff disappeared in the course of that tour. When I went on tour, I left a bunch of stuff of my personal clothing with a girl that worked at Polygram. And we were getting friendly, and I said, look, we got rid of our apartment. I said, I have nowhere to put this stuff. Will you hold? I had like two garment bags, like 2 suit bags worth of stuff. I said, will you hold this stuff for me until I get off the road? She said, oh, sure. There was a Stones tour jacket in there. There was a bunch of tour jackets, really cool suit jackets. I had a Ted Nugent. I had all kinds of stuff, maybe 10 items. And then I get off the road, or when I stopped working for the band, she just disappeared. All my stuff went missing. I lost so many clothes when I was working for LA Guns. Stuff I had accumulated for years. Anyway, that came up because fans will steal stuff off the bus. If they see a T-shirt or anything laying around, they're gonna try to take it. I mean, it's what you do as a fan. But and then Motley Crue wise, Kelly Nichols reminded me of another part to this story. When we went to the Theater of Pain show, Motley Crue Theater of Pain, Madison Square Garden, August 1985. They had a big after party afterwards in the loft where, I've talked about this and I've posted pictures of this, where you see those pictures of Motley Crue with like guillotines and nooses and all that stuff. That was that party in Manhattan, and it was so hot. It was 1,000 degrees. It was humid. It was no air conditioning in that loft. It was a crazy party. Anyway, we're partying, of course, like we always do with Motley Crue, but we ended up at Tommy Lee's hotel room. I was there. Kelly Nichols was there. My brother was there. Rest in peace. Bruno Ravel was there. Mike Pont was there. We were all at Tommy's room. This is after the party. So, you're talking 2 a.m, 3 a.m, probably. Kelly reminded me recently that all those other guys left. Me and Kelly hung out. And we were all wasted, fucked up. And I didn't remember this, but he reminded me he was with some of the guys there, not our friends, but somebody else that was in the room, and they were throwing knives at the door of the hotel room. They were just throwing knives and sticking it in the door, Kelly and somebody else. And then it just got too nuts, and we had to leave. They're like, you guys got to go. You're getting too crazy. And then Kelly drove my white LeBaron convertible home. Remind me, we had the top down. I couldn't drive, so I made him drive. But I forgot about the throwing the knives at the door. It's just crazy, man. Me and Kelly, crazy rock and roll. Just push it to the limit, man. But anyway, that's just a few stories I just thought of, some things that I was reminded of recently. I've been really focused on my book and getting that promoted. So, if you want to find my book, it's on Amazon, Tales from the Gutter and Other Rock and Roll Shenanigans. If you go to my Instagram, 1985 Road Dog, and you go to my profile, there's my link tree with all of my links to buy the book, my YouTube channel link, all my links, and my email and all that stuff. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys tuning in, supporting this channel, and I appreciate you buying the book and, just being here and giving a shit. Tune in soon. More videos coming. Thanks very much. Ciao.